Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here. We got another cigar box guitar. This is a really cool acoustic electric by Imperiosa, Nicaragua. It's a 4-stringer, and you see those 4 screws. Those are the pickup screws, also known as the pull pieces. They hold the pickup in the guitar. Now, I just realized I haven't put my volume button on there, volume knob on there. But I do have the volume control there, so I'll go back into the shop and put that on there. But this is an acoustic electric. You can see the sound holes here. Contrary to popular belief, you don't need big sound holes to get a pretty good acoustic sound. Now, that's given that these cigar box guitars are way smaller than a regular acoustic guitar, so there is no way they're going to be as loud as an acoustic guitar. I call them living room volume, so you can kind of play in the living room without disturbing the piece, so to speak. This also has a pickup in it, single coil pickup, so you can crank it up. This is how I attach all my strings. Been doing it since 2005. Over 4,000 sold, a little over 4,000 sold since 2005. Strap holder, 1/4-inch jack, and that is a screw compensated bridge, slightly angled for perfect intonation. And those 2 screws in front of the bolt there, they determine the angle of the bolt itself. So all you got to do is shove it up against those 2 screws and voila, perfectly in tune all the way up the neck. Red oak neck, fret markers, top, signed and numbered. Now I have this cranked up through a 1948 Supro. So you can play this slide style, or you can play it regular style. I have the strings just a little itty bitty higher for slide. Just a itty bitty bit, just a tiny bit. So you can fret it as well. It's not too high that you can't fret. It's not too low that you can't play slide. Over the years, I've figured out just the right setting for your slide, so you can play either way. So here's a finger style example of this guitar. can use these guitars with any amp, just like any other guitar. Your amp settings will determine greatly the tone on any guitar, not just a CBG, even a $4,000 or $5,000 Fender, Gibson, etc. So experiment with your amp settings. You can get some amazing sounds. These guitars here, semi-hollow box, semi-hollow body electric guitar, just like a 335. The tone is very similar. Also, the big box guitars like a Gibson ES-175 or Ibanez, similar style electric guitar, big thick body. These come real close to sounding like those. Tweak your amp a little bit and they sound amazingly close to those guitars. And those guitars are, $300, $400, $500, $600, $800, $1,000. If you get up there to the fancy ones, $2,000, $3,000. Not saying that these sound just like those, but well, yeah, they pretty much do sound just like those. All you gotta do is tweak your amp, pedals, EQ, etc. Experiment just a little bit. You would be stunned, literally stunned, at how good these sound with a good amp and a good setup, and maybe a couple of tweaks with some pedals. All this is one single coil pickup and one volume control. So you're going to get a really bright sound. You're going to get a strong sound because there's not a whole lot of electronics hooked up to it. Just very simple, old school. In and one volume and a pickup and out. Once again, I thank you for your kind support.